behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up shortly. But before we begin, if you haven't yet, click the subscribe button and the bell here on YouTube, and you'll always get the latest episodes whenever available. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like this interview. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you pay attention to the description part, we're going to have content info. And we'll have the same content info with the closing credits at the end of this episode, so I hope you'll stay tuned for that. We have Sean Findlay from Dundee, Scotland today. We're another awesome artist, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. And we'll get to that in a second, but first, here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show, so don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Dundee, Scotland today, we have Sean Findlay. Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Hello, thank you for asking me on. Cheers.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. I usually ask the question, how did you begin with music? I mean, have you always wanted to be a musician since you were a kid? Maybe it came later. Tell us in your own words. We'd love to hear your story.
Well, my dad played fiddle in a band called Boogaloosa in Dundee, and there was musical stuff all around the house, and I think I just kind of subconsciously drifted towards music through that. But I played violin for a wee bit, but I think I first played guitar. I played violin for a wee bit, but it didn't really click as much as the guitar with me, because in my school, they had like free guitar lessons for at primary school, for a whole year, and that got me into the guitar. And the moment I heard about that at school, like me and my friend just looked at each other and started a band, and it was the world's worst band, but we started a band like before we even had guitar lessons. And we recruited pretty much everyone in our class to be in this band. And then we got in trouble because we had to sack loads of people to it was all very childish, stupid, but yeah, that got me into music, finding out there was free guitar lessons for a year at my school, I was really lucky to get into it that way. But also my dad was really musical, so I think that just made me be interested in music. But at the same time, I'm pretty rubbish at everything else, so who knows? I seem to be better at music than other things, so.
Well, that's quite a story there. I know you're really good at what you do, and we'll find out in a few minutes, or you'll find out.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, tell us a little bit about some of the artists that really influenced you in the mainstream world. I mean, I'm sure some of the legends come to mind.
Some of the what, pardon?
Some of the artists, like the
Oh
pop.
yeah. Yeah, really, when I started playing guitar, it was all the rocky people which got me into guitar, like, AC/DC and stuff like that. And but then I got really into the Beatles, because my dad was really into the Beatles. So there's loads of Beatles records about, and I was really into the Beatles when I was a teenager. And then I got I just basically all the kind of 60s, 70s rock bands kind of thing. And I've gone through phases of like trying to sound a bit like the Beatles and trying to sound a bit like this or that. But right now I'm like quite in a rocky phase kind of thing. But I'm doing a lot of like comedy rock songs because we're not really sure why, but I just started writing songs and they were coming out funny. So that's the way I went with it.
Okay. Yeah, those are legends, definitely. AC/DC you mentioned, and of course the Beatles. I mean, they're
Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, all the rocky people, and but I like any music as well. I'm not a music snob as well though. But, yeah.
Yeah, those are a couple other good ones too. Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. I mean, definitely great bands. They're still relevant even today, obviously. And
Yeah.
uh,
Uh,
well, tell us about how we can find your music. I mean, you may have an official website. Maybe you're on social media. Maybe you're on streaming. Tell us everybody about that.
Sean Findlay Music is the name of my page, and I'm on Spotify. Sean Findlay. It's SeanFindlay. A bit of an unusual spelling, but yeah, if you type that in, you will find all my stuff on Spotify and Sean Findlay Music, Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, and I post all my gigs on there as well and stuff like that.
Okay, are you on all streaming platforms as well?
Yeah, all major streaming platforms. Any streaming platform you can think of, you'll find a song by me if you go for a wee search for it. And yeah, my most recent songs are from a comedy 50s rock musical, which I wrote, which I'm putting on at Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So that's at the top of my Spotify, the songs from that. And I'm really excited about that because that's going to be in August coming up. So yeah.
Well, check Sean Finley out at all those streaming platforms and so on. I know he would love you for that. And
Cheers.
we're going to be playing this song in just a minute. It's called "Egg and Roll Is All We Do." I guess it's kind of a takeoff of "Rock and Roll Is All We Do." I guess, or tell us a little.
Well, basically the story of the song, it's from this 50s rock musical I'm putting on at the Fringe next month. And if you want to come see it, it's on at the 19th to the 24th at a venue called Big Space Triplex at 4 p.m. each day. And if you Google the Shaky Shaky Hips, the musical, you can find tickets for it. And Shaky is spelled Shakey. Don't know why I spelled it like that. I thought it was funny. So the Shaky Shaky Hips. It's also at Paradise Green, 3rd to 10th of August, 10 p.m. each night, and you can find the tickets there as well. My phone's ringing in that other room. Whoops. I'll just ignore it. But yeah, this is the kind of title song from the musical. It's very Elvis-y. It's a bit of a parody of the song Trouble, and basically, it's at the start of the musical when a guy comes up to an egg and roll van and says for a laugh, he says, "Do you do a rock and a roll?" And he goes, "No, egg and roll is all we do, man." And then there's a whole song called "Egg and Roll Is All We Do," and it's a good laugh. It's very Elvisy and rocky, and yeah, come see it at Fringe, the Shaky Shaky Hips, the musical. Cheers.
Okay, well, we'll be checking out in just a second, but Sean, we want to thank you so much for being on the show today. I think that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you very much for getting me on the musical.
Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
Cheers. Thank you very much for giving me this interview. It means a lot. Cheers. Have a good one.
No problem. And here it is. Egg and Roll Is All We Do by Sean Finley, and it begins right now.
I'll buy something from your van, Shaky. Do you do a rock and a roll?
If you're looking for pebbles, marble or stone, if you're looking for granite, brother, you're going alone. I was born standing up and counting cash, but if you want a rock and a roll, brother, I guess I could maybe give it a bash. Only joking, egg and roll. Egg and roll is all we do. Egg and roll. That'll be 22. I was born standing up, flipping eggs. If you want a rock and a roll, brother, you must be messing with my head. I don't hand out that order, no kind of man. But if you want a rock and a roll, you'll have to go to a different kind of fan. 'cause egg and roll. Egg and roll is all we do. Egg and roll. Man, that'll be £2.22. £2.22. Egg and roll is all we do. Egg and roll is all we do. Egg and a roll, roll and roll. Egg and a roll, roll, roll and roll. Egg and a roll is all we do. Egg and roll is all we do. Egg and a down the roll and roll. Hum and roll and roll. Egg and roll is all we do. Oh, that'll be a £2.22. Egg and roll is all we do. Roll.